If you guys would like to see how I got this look, just continue to keep on watching. And I am so grateful and thank you so much for being a part of my new series. I have two different ones, but this one particularly is called Ancestral Sunday. I hope you enjoy how I got this look. Have a happy Halloween. And again, thank you for stopping by. Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Shakaya and thank you so much for stopping by. So I have decided to do something a little bit new and different. I know you guys have probably seen different types of series already on YouTube, but I am introducing something called Ancestral Sunday. Yes, it is Ancestral Sunday. I will be talking about an array of things from your ancestors, my ancestors, anything that I find to be quite interesting and something that I want to discuss, something that's new that I think you guys will love too. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be talking about a woman by the name of Ella Williams. She was born in South Carolina in 1865, in October of 1865. So Miss Ella Williams was born Ella Grigsby, but she refused to keep that last name Grigsby because she came from parents that happened to be born as slaves. During that time when she was born, her slave owner's last name was Grigsby, and she refused to keep that last name, so she decided to change it to one of her employer's last names, who happened to be Williams. So that is how she became Miss Ella Williams. Now, Miss Ella Williams was known to be, back in the 1800s, a giantess. This woman was, you know, stood anywhere between 6 feet, 7 feet tall. And during that time, that was pretty unusual for especially a woman of color to be that tall. But based on some photos, people later came to state that she was actually about 6'10", 6'11", but as far as I'm concerned, she was still a giantess. Now it's kind of interesting too, because she was born to slave parents and she almost missed it by 10 months of being born a slave herself. But only 10 months prior, the 13th Amendment to the Constitution was ratified. So now the way her career got started was that she had decided that, you know, she wanted to go to work, obviously. And she had ran into a man by the name of Frank Bostic. Now, Mr. Bostic noticed how tall she was, especially for an African-American woman. And Miss Ella also stated that nobody else in her family was tall like this. She was the only person that actually stood to be this tall. So of course people back then, they saw that as a way to gain a profit. Of course she was viewed as being, you know, a type of freak, so to speak. And that's how she soon went into business with Mr. Bostic. Now, she couldn't travel and do her shows here in the States because, believe it or not, there was already another giantess by the name of Ella that was in the States. So because of that, she could not stay here and, you know, make money, due to it would just be too confusing during the time. So when she signed on for her tour, she signed on for her tour to be done in the British Isles. And that's where she pretty much started her career. She started her career over in Europe, where racism was not as prominent as it was here in the US. So during that time, of course, people had to make sure, businessmen had to make sure that people were going to come and actually see her act. And of course, you know, they lied a little bit. So of course, they promoted her as a legendary female fighter from the Dahomey tribe. And that is why she was so big and, you know, she looks so muscular and so on and so forth. You know, they just basically was finessing the people, basically. The funny thing is that during that time, they did have those Amazonian fighters, but she just was not one of them. Now, Miss Ella also wanted to be called Madame Aboma when she was performing. That is what she requested to be called anytime somebody was to address her in any way. I'll give it to her, because we all know during that time, you know, as an African woman, man, you didn't have really the privilege of saying what you chose to and not be called. And she happened to be one of them where they accepted it. They accepted whatever she wanted to be referred to as. Guys, excuse my eye. My right eye has been watering all morning. I don't know why. My eye does tend to water from time to time, but it's really driving me crazy. And you want to know something else? I know this is a little bit off topic, but I'm starting to realize that I'm really not a fan of these eyelash extensions. I'm really not. I mean, they're okay, but I just don't think that they're for me. So anyways, so the way that Frank and his crew continued to finesse the people was that he also told people that Miss Ella was brought over by a king for show purposes. One second. So Madame Aboma was such a hit that she actually started to appear in newspaper articles quite frequently. She even went so far as getting not one, but 2 pages in the newspaper. And again, that was not something that was really typical back then during that time, you know. Black people, no matter how valuable someone may viewed them, they just didn't make the papers in that particular way. I mean, I'm still stuck on the fact that homegirl got them to call her madam, and that is who she, you know, that is all she would agree to be called. And don't pay this no attention here. I know it looks crazy and ashy, but that's okay. We're gonna fix it after. And once again, your girl is going to be getting into both of these Make Up a Murder colors. I think I'm gonna take it back to, you know, blending days. You know, I don't see too many videos anymore where people would take multiple colors and blend, so why not take it back a notch? So Madame Aboma, when she was in show business, she actually went quite a few different places. And guys, I'm just doing this just to make sure that, you know, the concealer is nice and dry. Now, she had sailed to, you know, Australia. She sailed to New Zealand, South America. She had all these different tours that she did while she was, you know, with the guys, with the group that she was touring with. So she wasn't just in Europe. She did go to different parts of the world. At one point she was touring with Barnum and Bailey, and she also did a tour in Cuba. So when 1923 came, she actually appeared at Pete's Cortez World's Museum in LA. And then she was last seen with the Ringling Brothers in 1925. So if you guys want to believe it or not, Madame Aboma, she even was taken to dinner at one time by a man that was really, really small. He was considered the smallest man alive, and his name was Baron Pouchy. Now, to make things even better for this queen, okay, Madame Obama had a very expensive wardrobe. So I know that I said it already, but I have got to say it again. I've never read about or heard about any African women during this time that, you know, almost seemed as though she was on tour and she was considered a giantess, you know, kind of like a show to people. You don't hear too many stories or any stories at all of them, you know, wanting to be referred to as madame and, you know, having expensive wardrobe and being escorted by men into nice restaurants. It's just, it's really interesting to hear about. And not only did she have an extensive wardrobe, she also had her own attendant. Like, homegirl cannot get any better than this. I mean, she was basically living her best life when she was touring. She was living her best life. I'm sure she probably, you know, did go through the normal racist hardships. And I do say normal because during that time, it was normal. It was not something that was unheard of for people to be going through things like that. I guess it's about to get a little bit better. So at one point back in New Zealand, Lady Obama, it was even reported that she managed her own company. It was referred to as the Obama Company for Entertainers. The homegirl was setting her own rules and again continuing to live her best life. So during the 1914 era, she actually was a nanny in the daytime and she was Madame Obama at night. So this is the next color we are going to get into, guys. So then, of course, some tragedy hit. Well, it was tragic for her career. So in August of 1914, Britain declared war on Germany. And she had to cancel her tours. And she had to, unfortunately, return back to the States. And she actually narrowly missed getting caught up in that nonsense over there when it came to war. So I was glad that she made it back okay and in one piece where she can continue to do the damn thing. Now, a lot of the photos that you're going to find online of Miss Obama, they were actually taken of her when she was in her 40s, but we do have a rare photo right here of her towards the end of her career when she was in her 60s. Child, I just dropped the cork. This is some pigmented makeup. Imagine if that was the bottle that I dropped. And Miss Obama's career actually sprung for 30 years. That's how long she had her career for. Yeah, let's get rid of the harsh line. Let's get rid of the harsh line.